Hey, it's JC. Welcome to Urban Knife Guy, where we explore the urban lifestyle and jungle survival. Today I'm going to share how I chose my fixed blade knife for bushcraft. First, if you watch this channel regularly but have not subscribed, please do so to help the channel out. Thanks. This is a follow-up to my video entitled The Why of Choosing a Bushcraft Knife. In that video, I shared how to choose the right bushcraft fixed blade for you. So if you have not, please check out that video first, as it will make this video more relevant. So click on the link in the card above or the description below. This is not my primary fixed blade for bushcraft, although this is a really good knife and it is a secondary knife at times when I go out to the jungle. It's the Mora Companion, a really excellent entry-level budget knife. If you want one, can be a primary knife depending on your needs, but this is not my primary knife. Before my current knife, I carried and worked with this knife, the LionSteel M3. I did change the sheath to this custom leather sheath. Originally it came with this Molly style nylon sheath, but after a while you can see it does cut into the strap, and I do prefer kydex when I go out into the jungle. So the knife itself, as you can see, it is a beautiful knife. The handle is really ergonomic. This is micarta. This model also comes with wood handles, but I wanted the micarta handles. It features a full flat grind and is made with Nylox steel. In terms of the blade length, I believe this is about just over 5 inches long. Now, it is a very nice knife. However, when I went out into the field and went out to the jungle to perform the task that I do, I did find that I had problems with the steel and the grind. The full flat grind just didn't fit me as well as other grinds. And this is Nylox steel. It is supposed to be a semi-stainless steel, so no problem with rust resistance or anything like that. But I found that the edge retention wasn't great for me. And then sharpening out in the field was not possible to do easily or well. I mean, I brought it back home and at my home workshop I could sharpen it, but that's with, you know, the proper stones and the proper sharpening system, which I wouldn't have if I'm out in the field. So that led me to hunt for a new knife. I went through several knives and my journey led me to this knife. This is the Tops Brachimo. I've had it and used it for over half a year now. I've done a review video on this, so I'm not going to go through the specifications. You can check out that video in the link in the card above or description below. Really, I'm going to focus on the why this knife fits me, and maybe it'll fit you. But if it doesn't, you can apply the same line of thinking when choosing your bushcraft knife. So let's talk about my needs first and my environment. I'm in a jungle which is wet, humid, but also hot. And in this damp environment, I need a specific kind of knife to go through the wood and vegetation that I'll be working with for my various tasks. And my various tasks when it comes to bushcraft may be different from yours. I like to do simple fire making, so I need to process wood. Now, not so much to build a campfire that can last through the entire night, but for boiling water and making food. I also like to make little camp gear, tools or furniture, and so I need a knife for that, to do that processing and general camp tasks or general cutting tasks. So I do want a knife that can fit my environment and my needs and what I want to get out when I go out to bushcraft. Therefore, based on my environment, for the sheath, I do like a kydex sheath because leather sheaths tend to absorb a lot of moisture. I like this design because there's a drainage hole, which is something I look for in a kydex sheath, and it's got a decent clip which goes on my survival belt. Good retention as well, and easy to deploy. The knife itself, I'm happy with the size. I see this as my primary bushcraft knife, so I have a large demand on it in the sense that I want it to be able to do a wide range of tasks. And now, I generally do carry a big knife in the form of a parang when I go out into the jungle, but if I don't, then I want this to do some basic things. And one of those things is to be able to cut bamboo. Being in a tropical jungle, lots of bamboo, and bamboo is a great resource because it can be used to get water, build shelters, even start fires. But you need to be able to cut through it, and a smaller knife will not be able to do it. So therefore, I need that blade stock, that blade thickness, the length, And the grind works well for this. This is a Scandi grind. It can chop through bamboo really easily. Some people would say that for a Scandi grind, this is too thick. Now, I do not disagree if you're trying to do very fine work, but at this point so far, with this grind and the geometry, I've had no problem with finer tasks. In terms of the blade steel, this is 1095 steel. I do like it. I prefer it over stainless steel. One of the things I want is to be able to easily field sharpen a knife if I need to. And with this particular knife, I have no problem with that. In terms of rust, again, I don't have much problem with that. You need to keep it dry and maintain it. After you come back, oil it. Now, I should mention, I'm not out in the jungle for weeks at a time, so it will not rust on me in that way. So for short trips, less than a day, absolutely no problem. Keep it dry, bring it home, do your basic maintenance, and it's absolutely fine. I can strike a ferro rod with it at the tip over here, the back tip. Now you can't do it for the spine because of the attraction coating and it's not sharp enough, but from the tip, absolutely no problem. For the handle, you can see it's pretty flat, right? Not much of a swell here. If you have really large hands, you might find it too small, or you might find it turns in your hand, but for me, I have small to medium hands, so this fits really well for me with or without gloves. Absolutely no problem with that. And I can put my lanyard hole for my pinky lanyard if I want to chop with it. So all these factors answer the why of why this particular knife is good for me. It serves my purposes based on my environment, my needs, the activities I engage in, the size of my hands, and my level of skill for doing the task that I want to do. So hopefully this video will help you think through your own choices when it comes to a bushcraft knife. And if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like the content in general, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.